share this. Okay. So.
And should I go in there on my laptop while we're doing this, or just stay on my
I'm going to
phone?
be able to show you everything, but you can if you want to. Are you on your mobile device right now?
Yeah. Yeah. If you can show me either way.
I think I'll be able to show you, but if you feel better about physically doing things yourself, you know, kinesthetic learning, then by all means, go ahead too.
Okay.
So this is Zoom. This is a tool that I have used probably for the last 4 years, and I love it because it's a little bit like Skype, but it's way better, and doesn't have all the glitches that go along with it, and it's free. So so I'll show you a couple of things that that you can do. It's video based, but you don't have to have your video on. And when I share, let me see if I can, I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what I'm seeing. And so Zoom is an application that works on a desktop computer, a laptop, works on any mobile device or any tablet. And it's a free application that you can put on any of those devices. And so let me click share and I'll show you. I think if I just click desktop, I think it will see everything. Okay. So can you see, I know you see probably a lot of back. Actually, let me see if it will be better if, actually, let me stop the sharing for just a second. Let me see if I can just screenshot this here, and that might be better. Okay, let me share. So whether you are a therapist like Tara, or whether you have another brick and mortar business, there's different ways that you could utilize this, or whether you teach classes. For something, you can utilize this. I've known people who've utilized this for just simple one-on-one meetings to like full-on webinars with multiple people, or teletherapy. We've even participated as patients on the teletherapy end. So there's lots of different ways that lots of different businesses can use this. But let me see, I'm gonna pull up, I made it a screenshot. So let me pull this. Normally it doesn't take this long to share screen, but I wanna do it in a special way so that you can see what I'm seeing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So, okay, so do you see you and I? And then you see a series of lots of different buttons down below. So at the bottom you see mute, and that's where you can you can click on it. Now you're not gonna see me click on this one right here because this is just a screenshot, but I can click on it. So I'm muted myself so that you can't hear. So if you have a situation where you need to mute yourself for a minute, then you can. And you can mute the other person as well if need to. And I think the way that you do that is you click on the other person's picture.
Okay.
And let me see if it will and then a little blue button will pop up at the top where it says mute, and you can mute them as well. So if you happen to be doing therapy with multiple people or something and you need to silence certain people, you can do that as well. And usually,
how did you split the screen?
Oh, that's a good question. So in the top right hand corner, you should see a little thing that says speaker view.
Okay.
Do you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so I can't click on that one right now that you're looking at, but if I click on it, you have speaker view and gallery view. And speaker view shows only the person who's speaking. So if you want it to just show you speaking, doing the therapy, or if you were like just giving like a lecture type thing or something, then you would only want to show who's speaking. If you want to always see everyone, then you want to hit it on gallery view, and that way it will show everyone who is in the Zoom room. I like to call it the Zoom room. Okay. Yeah. And then if at any point you want to stop your video, or let's say maybe you're getting ready to start a therapy session or a meeting, you can mute your. So I stopped the video right there. So now you just see a picture of myself, and you can add a picture if you want to, or if you don't add a picture, I think it just shows like a blank screen with your name.
Yeah.
It's just black with your name. So that's really great if you want to join in a therapy session early, but yet you don't want to be everybody to see everything you're doing or talking about ahead of time, or if you're prepping notes, those kinds of things. Then you can have both. You can be in the Zoom room, but now nobody can see or hear you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect.
When you want to invite someone to the Zoom room, you can click on this invite button, and let's see if it'll, normally what it will do, it will show you, I don't know if I'm able to show you how to do that right now. Let's see. It'll typically show you like a full-on email invitation, and it's usually pretty lengthy.
Okay.
Let me see if I can show you how to do that here. I may have to show you that in another way. But sometimes it'll give you just an option of just copying the URL, so the link for them to join in, or it can email them an invitation. You'll see here at the top of the screen, do you see here where it says Zoom meeting ID, and then it has 281-989-4258?
Yes.
Okay, so I think even with the free version you can do this, but every Zoom room has a meeting ID, and that's basically the number that they need to be able to get into this meeting with you. And it either comes in, there's a link that they can click on. So like the link that I gave you, if you notice the link I gave you, it has those numbers in it.
Okay. Yeah.
Or they can join in by just having the ID number. If they just click on the Zoom app, it will say, what's your meeting ID? And you can give that ID and it will put them in. But I think, so I customized this ID number to be the same as my phone number. So, and I think you can still do that with the free version. I'm not positive because I have the paid version, but all of the features that I've showed you already, you would have access to as a free version. The only stipulation with using the free version versus paying for it is that it cuts you off at 45 minutes. So I don't know how long your typical therapy sessions are, but I did use this tool for about a year before ever paying for it. And many times if I had meetings go longer than 45 minutes, I just told the person it's about to cut us off. So just jump off and get back on.
Okay.
So there's a little interruption. So you could continue to use it free, but you just know that it cuts you off at 45 minutes. I'm curious how long your therapy sessions usually are.
Well, normally an hour. My boss and I took a test drive this morning and just called each other on this. And it said 40 minutes, but then it let us keep talking.
Oh,
like 55 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not sure.
Okay.
Why. We were able to keep.
It may have been kind of like a trial period kind of thing or something. I don't know. I think I've actually had that happen to me once or twice before too, and we just kept on going. So
okay, but normally it'll cut you off.
Yeah,
okay.
Normally there's the time limit of 45 minutes. But
so I anticipate we're probably not going to do hour sessions on telehealth. 45 minutes would be more doable. I'm wondering, would I set up another meeting directly after, or can you just re-sign into that meeting?
It's been a long time since I've had it as the free version and cut me off. I don't remember that aspect. I just remember it being pretty easy to be able to jump off and then get back on.
Okay.
and the other person didn't have a hard time either getting back on. So I can't remember if we were able to just log out and get back in the same room. I can't remember exactly, but
Okay.
I think, I'm not positive on this, but I think you can make your Zoom meeting ID always the same if you want to have like a therapy room, like this is Tara's therapy room ID number, so that it's always the same. And you know, when you give it out, you're not getting confused about go here, no, go here.
Right.
So that's why I made mine my phone number. That way, it's easy for me to remember. It's easy for, you know, somebody who already knew my phone number, you know, to remember as well. So it's just a nice,
Perfect.
and it happens to always be 3 numbers, and 4 numbers. So it works great for phone numbers.
Good.
Yeah. So another thing that you can do is you can record. You can record a meeting. You'll see at the top left-hand side, do you see their little red button that says recording? So that's how you know something's being recorded. So if you needed to record something for a family or something like that, if they weren't in the session or something like that. And then the other really awesome part about this is that you can share your screen. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to let you see, because did you say you were on your desktop or on your mobile?
I'm on my mobile right now, but I have my desktop here.
Okay, you can do it either way.
Okay.
But I'm going to stop sharing so that you can see how to share. Actually, let me show you one more thing before I forget. Let me see if it's showing. I think on your end, what you're seeing with the little more button on the right-hand side, I think there's a way that you can, I think right there, you can click on that and there's a button that says annotate, and it will take you to a whiteboard. And you can even draw on something and it would share that with the other person. Now, obviously your drawing is not going to be so great if you're just using like a mouse or, but you can actually draw something and share that.
And where is that? What's that called?
I think it's called annotate. Let me see. Let me stop sharing and I'll let you share. And so on your mobile device, I think the way to find it is you swipe, I think is how you find it. And you should see a button that says share. And then it will give you options. What do you want to share? And it'll probably have options of like sharing your whole screen or sharing a certain application.
Okay.
Do you see that?
I do.
Okay.
Awesome.
So try one of them out, and so that you can see how that works on your mobile, and then you can try that out on your desktop too.
Okay. I am looking for the one annotating. So it says share screen.
What are your options? Share screen,
photos, iCloud, or just click on screen.
Okay, I think share screen.
Okay. And it says photos, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Messenger. Start recording.
I don't know exactly how, as much as the share screen with your mobile device. I would think that if you're sharing your screen, you probably would want to be on your desktop.
Right. Which is what be on.
Yes. So why don't you jump on the desktop? So you can do it on your mobile device. You just kind of have to know what you're already going to share. But on your desktop, so you can also jump. Do you already have the Zoom app on your desktop?
I do, yeah.
Okay. So you should see a place where you can either just enter the ID or you can actually just go to that link that I gave you.
Okay, to go to the ID, I'll need to back out and get your number.
Okay, so I'll give it to you right now. So it's 281
281
989
okay
4258. And you're going to see double because you're going to jump on. You're going to see yourself double because you're going to be on your desktop and your mobile.
Okay. There we go. And join my video.
See, there you are twice. So now you can actually exit out with your mobile if you want to. It's up to you.
Okay.
You may have it creates a little bit of an echo if you stay on with both of them, but either way is fine.
So click leave.
Yep, you can click leave.
I will leave computer.
Yay!
All right, can you hear me?
Now you should also see at the bottom of your black screen, you should see, what all do you see at the bottom?
I see mute, stop video, invite, participants, share, chat, record, and reactions.
Okay. So you can click on, you probably will use share more than the other things, but so like if you have like because obviously I think with teletherapy especially, you may have some specific games that the kids play while you're doing therapy or things like that.
Okay.
If you want to be able to share a certain website or a certain program that they could be able to kind of be more game-like,
right,
this would be a great way to do that. So you can click on share there, and you should see several options of what you can share with them.
Yeah, I see the whiteboard, iPhone, iPad, and the launch meeting.
Yeah, so if you happen to have an iPod or an iPad, you can actually connect it to your computer, and you could actually share something. Like if you have an app specifically on that tablet that you want to do with them, you could connect that and they would see it on the screen.
Okay.
You could also connect the whiteboard, which is like, so if you wanted to draw something and show them how to do something that way, you could do that. Or you can just share your screen. And if you have whatever web browser you use, if that happens to be open, that would also be an option. So you could show your web browser and also go to certain websites.
Okay.
So it's not showing
when
right
I click on something, do what?
I was just going to say, it's probably not showing your web browser as an option right now if you don't have it already open.
Okay.
So
when I click on something, are you seeing it on that end?
Not yet. Not until you click the item and then click share.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So do you want to try it out and see?
Yes, we'll do whiteboard, share. There we go. Yay.
And so, there's like a couple second delay. So you'll see it, and then it takes a couple seconds for me to see it.
Okay.
But see how you can draw and show, and we can both see things. And I think, let me see if there's a way. I thought there's a way that maybe I can even join in. Let's see. View options. Like if you wanted them to join in and also.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great for them.
Do you see my green circle?
I do. Awesome. So how'd you do that?
Okay, so yeah, so on my end, I just went to there up at the top. There were view options, and then I pulled that down, and it had annotate, and so I can also draw. So you could even, do a therapy tic-tac-toe.
Right.
Something, I don't know if that works, but it's just
working on letters.
Ideas. Yeah, some ideas that of things that maybe you could do. So, and then when you're finished sharing, you should see at the top for you should see like a pause share or a stop share.
Yes, stop share.
See that? Okay. So, and you can pause share if you want to keep sharing, but you just want to pause it for a minute. Or if you just want to stop altogether, then you can stop it. And then it brings the videos back into full screen so everybody can see better. Okay. So, any questions about kind of how it works or anything?
Not yet. That was super helpful.
Yay!
Yay.
The people that you invite do not have to have a Zoom account necessarily or anything like that. They just need the link and to download the app.
Perfect.
So yeah, so they don't have to. I get that question a lot. Do I have to sign up for something? Right. Yeah. The only thing though, they will have to have the app, but they don't have to make an account even really. They just need to have the ID number or that link. So
get the app, but you don't. Okay.
They don't have to set up any kind of account or anything like that.
Okay.
And I think Sometimes if you go and just say, I want to invite people and email the link, it will send out this really lengthy, kind of confusing invitation. Because
Okay.
it has all this information, like if you're joining in internationally, and if you want to join in like via phone, and all this different information. And I have found that it gets overwhelming for somebody if I just copy that entire invitation and send it to them. So I usually narrow the whole thing down, and I just give them, like, Tara Kirby is inviting you to this Zoom, and here's the link.
Okay.
Here's the ID, and that's it. So, because it's a lot. You'll see when you try to email out, or if you say copy an invitation to this, you'll see it will give you this big long stuff. And so I kind of just cut out all of that. Unless you are dealing with something internationally. But very useful tool. And I've been in these things where there's like 30 people in there too. So it's really, if you needed to do anything group wise, you could.
Okay. Headsets, is it better? Oh. Can you hear me okay? Or
that's a good question. No, I'm glad you asked that. Sometimes I have found that somebody on the other end, or I have to wear headsets. I can hear you just fine. But sometimes, for instance, I don't know if you can hear this, but there's an AC unit blowing right here. And I think it's really loud for me, but I think on your end, it may just be kind of a low hum. Yeah. And so, but if someone is in a noisy environment or something, they may need to have headphones on. Or if you find yourself in a noisy environment, maybe you have trouble, or you're just having trouble hearing in general, it may be easier for you to wear headphones.
Okay.
And for the most part, I haven't seen any trouble with using headphones. The only thing you may want to check is if they can't hear after you put the headphones on, you may have to just look down. Do you see the little microphone button where it says mute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you see a little caret sign next to that?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes if you put headphones on, sometimes it will not recognize the headphones yet or something. And so you'll have to click on that caret and select, put the sound through the headphones.
Perfect.
Instead of just coming out the speakers or whatever. So, but that's the only trouble I've seen a couple of times with putting out sound like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm hoping some of the parents can reach out and use this, and we can be able to continue to treat the patients during this time.
I think the more that you show them just how simple it is, you can even tell them that this is how we used to communicate, or how we've communicated a lot of times with us traveling, even on the road with my parents who are over the age of 70, and they've been able to use it. So if somebody, I have had a few people who are like, I'm not tech savvy, I don't know if I can do this. And I've usually been able to reassure them by sharing with them that it's been easy for my parents who are not tech savvy, and they can jump on no problem. So don't let it intimidate you from jumping on. Can you hear me okay? Jim, can you help?
There you go. Now I can.
Hey. Okay. Well, this is a good lesson for us to like. So if you do get bumped off for some reason, either on their
it said internet connection low or something.
Yeah. So you want to try. For some reason, my internet just like went out for some reason, just all of a sudden, and then it came back. There's sometimes we have those glitches, but as a general rule, you want to try to make sure you have a good connection with your signal, an internet connection, and you'll want to tell them that too, that they want to have a good signal. I have had people who've been able to join in a Zoom chat like this, even from places like Panera Bread, where they have free Wi-Fi. but as a general rule, they just want to have a good signal to be able to connect. And if they join in on their mobile device, then they can join in via, maybe even just their regular cell phone signal.
Okay.
So, but as a general rule, if you lose connection, it will bring it back up as soon as you have a connection. Just like you just reappeared and I just reappeared.
Well, I got to you on my phone. I got off the computer and got back on my phone.
Oh, okay. But just like usually, if you can, as soon as the connection is reestablished, everything's back.
Okay.
So I'm actually glad that happened so that we could kind of talk in a minute.
That does help.
Yes. Yeah. Anything else that you can think of that you might run across, especially just in what you might be doing?
I guess with pediatrics, I'm certainly going to need to use the laptop versus the phone because I need both hands.
Yeah.
To show toys and things.
Yes.
But on their end, they're probably going to need to use the phone more, I would think, if the parent and child are on the floor or at a table working.
Yeah, so ideally if they can have probably something to prop up their phone, or if they happen to have one of those pop sockets, so they could like set it up on a table or something. On your end, if you want to have, now I have just a simple, I'll show you really quickly. I'll show you behind the scenes. No, I'll show you. I have just a simple, I got this on Amazon really. So this black thing right here, this is like a little desk. So it's just a metal piece right here. That's the desk.
Okay.
And it has legs on each side here and here. They rotate. Let me see if I can. They rotate. So this can go all different angles. It can go taller, shorter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want this to be standing up, so right now I have this and I'm standing up with this.
Okay.
So if you want it to in a place where it's easier for you, especially if you're going to be doing this, all day long, you want to be able to have that, or you can use a tool like this. This is just like if you wanted to use your mobile device. I got this on Amazon probably for about $15, I think.
Okay.
It has adjustable, so you can connect it to a table and then you tighten it, and then you have this arm here that moves, so you could adjust this different ways, and then your phone sits in here. Does that make sense? I'll show it to you if it did. The other thing that could be an issue is, you see how kind of fuzzy and dark I am right now? The other thing you might want to get, and this is about $14 on Amazon. You want to get a little ring light like this, and it adjusts. So it goes to 3 different settings of brightness, and you can see, I'll show you the difference that it makes. And it just clips on. It clips on a laptop, clips on a phone. So I'm going to clip it right now next to my camera on my laptop, and I'll show you the difference, because it may make a difference in being able to have a good therapy session, or people going, what's going on in there,
Right.
Yeah, it looks like you have pretty good lighting. Do you have a window in front of you?
To the side.
Okay. Obviously it helps if there's like a window in front of you or to the side like it is right now, but you can, so see the difference?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It makes a huge difference if, especially if you aren't right next to a window, or a window's right in front of you. You'll want to have something like that to give some lighting to where you are.
And that's called Ring.
It's called, actually, I don't know what it's called, but I'll send you the link to it, because it's a weird brand. It's called Raffy Cool brand. I don't know. Okay. It's weird.
And then
I think it's like from another country. You may want to spray it off really well when it comes to you.
the little table you're using, does that, you can tilt that to make it to where you're sitting or standing? Is
Yes.
that what you're saying with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do it different heights, sitting, standing.
Okay.
It's really versatile, and I can send you I think I still have the link for where I got that too. And I don't remember what that ran. It's been a couple years since I bought that, but all pretty inexpensive tools to be able to make it work better. But lighting can be an issue. You want to have a good connection, and then yeah, some place to set whatever you're using in a more convenient place for you, especially if you're going to be doing it. It'd be one thing if you're doing it like once a month, but if you're going to be doing it regularly for a little bit, it would be helpful to you have something where you're not taxing your body and weird contorting your body in weird positions to make it all work, right? So I think the more simple you make it sound for the parents, how simple this is going to be for them, the more buy-in they're going to have in wanting to do this with you this way. But
absolutely. And
yeah,
thank you. This has been helpful, and feel more confidence with using it with the kiddos and parents. I think it'll work. I can see some good benefits in it, and hopefully, yeah, we can get some parents on board to do this so that we don't lose any ground we already had.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yay. Well, I can't wait to hear some success stories from doing this.
Thank you.
You'll have to send, look, I'll show you. You can do a little, all right. Give me a fun yay.
Yay.
So I did a little screenshot of us success with the Zoom.
Oh.
I'll share it with you.
Okay.
Okay, well, yay. I hope, let me know if you run into any other questions about anything. Obviously I'm not a super expert with it, but I have been using it for quite some time in lots of different ways. So and I found it really helpful. So
well, I appreciate it, and I'm glad I